All right, so it came time to get some carpet out. This section was completely hammered. They had nooped some walls, and there were more scars, and it was just, there was Luan glued down. You can see the construction adhesive. So we got all that out, and the Luan was actually under the baseboard, so we had to cut down. Feeling a little guilty about the feather edge. You might still take that up and just bring this off just a touch, but that's fine. I'm not fancy. So I was able to reclaim some wood from that section. See that in a second. Nice heartwood pine from like 1 to 200-year-old trees. This had linoleum. You can see there's gazillion nail holes from the underlayment. I'm almost considering taking that up and putting down tile. A lot of work. And the boards aren't really that salvageable when you take them up. So we're going to get vinyl plank down. I'm going to bend it into a stair nose. And at stairs, I had a gazillion staples. And we're in a construction zone. So the transition between these two rooms was absolute utter garbage under the carpet. All that had to be cut out and standardized in the normal sizes and shapes. And what I'm doing is I'm taking some of that reclaimed wood and I'm turning it into patches when I have it. This is probably going to get covered over with that if I can find any more of it, because that's not currently available. Home Depot didn't say it's out of stock. It's not like discontinued yet. So hopefully, but until then, if I have the wood, I might as well do it. So we got all of that in place. We got it shimmed up perfectly. And I'll show you the basement in a second. Here, this joist is actually higher than the rest, and the floor has made a hump there, and it really sucks. I had to shave it to get that in flat. And then what I did is I put a straight edge on some blocks up a little bit, and then I measured down that each one of these transects, and I'm an 1/8 inch high down the middle. If you can see where it split the seam, where it's just kind of bowed up. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that. I could buy one of those slab levelers with a router for like $100. That would do it. The vinyl point just needs a super straight for the click and loft. What sups? Sullivan basement. All right, so there's our patch from the bottom. You can see that we sistered the joists. That way we had something to screw down to. This is the asshole that we had to shade down, at least where we could reach. Then we also got to do a little sister there, just a securement block. So all that is very well done. And to secure the rest of that scarf, there's the rest of our reclaimed tongue groove who we have. So we joint off, we chip off the tongue with a chisel, then we joint it to get it straight. Then we rip it on the table saw to whatever width we made, so we have medicine wood to work with again. And then we will use a biscuit joiner or some vowels, and we will glue them up and then cut them to final size. Huge pain in the ass. Lots of nails in it, so it's not really worth it, but it kind of is. Just, I don't know. I'm a sucker for tradition or historic, and I bought a planer, so I'm going to send these through and get that construction adhesive off and bring them down to final size. And a couple of these, I'm a little bit short, so like 1 or 2 of these, I'm going to have to resaw on the bandsaw vertically so that I can double it up and then put in a piece of plywood as a spacer to bring it to the right height. So lot of pain in the butt